If you ask me, almost a decade ago, this question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or what do you want to do with your life? I'd probably leave you with no answer. And that's because I genuinely do not know. I was an O-level student, figuring life, or shall I say, enjoying life. I was privileged enough to be one of the students in the most prestigious school here in Brunei. My friends told me, my parents told me, and my teachers told me to focus on your studies. I always have that in mind, but I don't have the privilege to have academic as my weapon. I wasn't the bright student. But every time I mention where I'm from, without a fail, I'll get a, wow, she's got brain. Well, scientifically, I do. We all do. But then I'm not the A-star student. I wasn't a straight A student. So I compensated in a different way. If you knew me from back then, I appear a lot on stage. Not for public speaking, though. I sang. I've retired. Please don't ask me to sing. I've always missed my class. Then I always tell my teacher, Miss, I'm sorry. I can't attend to your class again. But then on the other hand, I was like, yes! We all been there. I truly enjoyed my time. At one point, I was a choir captain. I was the head of field performance. I was enjoying life. But I was struggling academically. So, with this question, there's one thing that I always ask myself. It hasn't come up to my mind that what I want to be, because all of my friends, they have their career path set. I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be an accountant. They all know what they want. But I was just there living life. During my O-levels, I was really struggling. So after I was done with my O-levels, I requested to transfer school. I really don't want to do my A-levels because then I will screw myself. But here's what my parents and my teacher told me. Just 2 more years. Another 2 years and you'll graduate. What convinced me was when my teacher told me that you're already in a prestigious school. The universities will be seeing our school first before other schools. And I was like, okay, I'm sold. But do I really know what I want to do? I don't even know what I want to pursue in my university. What major I will be taking. I didn't know any of that. I still remember those conversations as if they happened yesterday. They are still fresh in my mind because that was a time where I started to ask myself, what do I want to do? What do I want to pursue? And that was when these questions starts to flood my head. What makes me happy? What brings me joy? Unfortunately, I don't have an immediate answer. But one thing that I know is that deep down, I know that I'm made for more. So let's walk back a little to the O-levels again. I had quite a bit of a following back then, and I still remember how my closet was practically vomiting because I had too much clothes. And then that's where I built my platform where I could sell off my clothes, because I know that if I ask someone to sell off my clothes, they'll be like, Kai, this is too much. So I took the matters in my hands. That's where I built my own venture, for fun initially. But this goes on and on during my O-level years and until my A-level years. I was juggling between studies. I was also juggling between my new venture, trying to satisfy my 100 followers for what I only had back then. I truly enjoy packing stuff, delivering them. The most tedious part is the photo taking. There's a lot of logistics going on back then. But I truly enjoyed. It gives me the fulfillment. I still remember, I was really looking forward to being 18. Because why? Because that was the time that I could register for my business license. My birthday gift from myself when I was 18, the first thing that I did was to register my business as an official business. So now, it's an official business. It's not for fun anymore. I have to think of how do I turn from motivation to discipline. Whether or not, if I want to do it, I have to do it because I've signed up for it, I've committed to it. So here's where I pivot. I realized that doing thrifting, a thrift business, will not get me anywhere, well, at least in Brunei. Again, I didn't have an immediate answer, but along the way, I found my answer. How? For context, my family goes on an annual, twice and yearly for family trips. So in one of our trips, one of our customers asked me, "Can you buy this for me? I'll pay the price for it." And I was like, oh, there's a market for it? There's a demand? So I try to test it. And then, surprisingly, I got a positive feedback. I showed up for it, day by day. What started off as few members, now to almost 10K members in our VIP community group all along. That was my goal, is to unleash my inner fire, listening to the voice inside of me of what I want to do. It looks different than most of the career paths, but this is what my voice tells me. I kept looking inward. And this is what I want to do for my life. This is what brings me joy. Seeing the satisfaction, seeing how happy they are when I fulfill their orders. I feel so fulfilled by that. I feel so happy. And that's why I continued. But then that's the thing, when I started my personal shopping business, I started to ask questions. How do I do the pricing? How often shall I travel? Did I find my answers right away? Absolutely not. But I figured it along the way. So this is when I built my community. I needed to find a way to make a platform where all of us could gather around and to shop together. But then again, I don't want this to be just a business transaction. It's too boring for me, well, at least for me. It's too boring for me. I want to give a value. So that's when I use my community, almost 10K members now, to share values. Every rooms I step in, I would share in my community group. I would tell them top 3 keys that I got from this event, because I know that I'm privileged to be in the room where most can't. I know there's still a huge gap between potential and privilege. My goal is to bridge that gap. Here's the other challenge. Owning a business is not considered as a valid career here in Brunei, and we all know that. Why do you want to do business? It's so unstable. Just go work government lah. Stable income. You get all of the benefits. That's what I always hear. It's not always easy. You're fighting with yourself internally, whether if you want to listen to the outside world or to listen to your voice, what gives you joy. I decided to do the latter. My parents and I always have this talk. It's okay. You can stop doing your business. I feel like you're struggling. I feel like it's too hard for you. But Ma, I'm the one that's doing the business. How can you say that it's hard when you're not the one doing it? But then again, that's what life is all about. Life is hard. It's a matter of choosing your heart. Eating healthy is hard, but so is staying unfit. Reading is hard, but so is being unknowledgeable. Starting your own venture because it gives you joy is hard, but so is staying in your comfort zone that drains you. So you choose your heart. And this is when I realized that what aligns with me is choosing my heart. I love doing my business, doing my new venture. It gives me joy. It aligns with me. It is what my inner voice tells me. The mindset change that I've gotten along the line in my journey, I know I still have a long journey to go, is to acknowledge how hard it is. No rooms you enter is ever easy. No job you enter is ever easy. So that's when I feel the alignment. That's when I sort of like found myself. And that's how I got here. Because I continued to listen to the voice inside me. What I thought all this time is to listen to others and not knowing what to do. I found my answer. And in the end, it wasn't about finding the perfect plan. It was about finding myself and build a life around it. Before I close my speech, I would like to leave you with a quote by my favorite author from his 48 Laws of Power. You know, it's Robert Greene. Do not accept the roles that society forces on you. Recreate yourself by forging a new identity, one that commands attention and never bores the audience. Be the master of your own image rather than letting others define it for you. I resonate a lot with this. Because when I finished my O-levels, I really didn't know what to do. I don't know who I was. So I listened to others. What their definition of a success, taking A-levels route. I didn't listen to myself. So from this, if you're feeling lost, if you still don't know what to do, don't worry. You still have yourself. It's time to pause, look inwards, and ask yourself, does this bring me joy? Does this make me happy? Does this align with me? Eventually, you'll find your answer. Not immediately, but eventually you'll find your answer. Thank you.